Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard and let's see how it is. So this is the dashboard of your WordPress site, and in here it's going to give you a whole bunch of information that you might need quickly. Okay, we're not going to follow through this thing here because we're going to go through it step by step. So first of all, this welcome to WordPress, you don't really need to see this again. Okay, that's just kind of taking up real estate we don't need to worry about. Here is these here are panels that you can move around by clicking and dragging. So you can put the most relevant ones at the top. And so you have things like, for instance, your WooCommerce status. This is products that you sold. Well, I'm just holding my mouse button and then just using my scroll wheel to go up higher. And I would like to see that very first thing, putting it at the top. So when I log in, the first thing I want to see is what kind of sales I'm doing this month. Okay. And continue going down here. There's other stuff like maybe our search engine optimization. We can probably bring that to the top here. And these events and news is probably something I wouldn't be worried about too much. So these are a couple of more important ones. And depending on plugins that you get, you might have ones that you want to have up higher on the top so you can see more information. Okay, and we're going to skip this massive panel for now. That comes with a plugin, so we're going to go over those in another video. The next one is posts. So this particular one is the blog. Basically, these are timed articles. I'm going to click on one, or click on the post to show you. So these are all ones that came as default when we installed the theme. As just an example. So I'm just going to click on this one. This is the very first one that showed up when we first installed this site and said hello world. So here we go. It has the title here. This is called the permalink, and that is the link that somebody would see on the front end of the website to get to this page. So I'll show you. I'm just going to right click on it and go open in a new tab. Okay, that's going to open this in a new tab, and I'll be able to see it here on my website. Okay, so I'm going to click back, and that's a good way to open up something, by the way, is right-clicking and opening it in a new window so that you can easily work and do a little bit of multitasking. Okay, and so this is where I would write my blog in here. So I can add different types of headings, and I have a whole bunch of just word editing features here. And I even have some really cool stuff from the theme that you can play around with here. So what I do is highly recommend that you try this out. This over here is the current status of this particular blog. You can take it out of being published and put it to a draft state. Or if you have people working for you who are doing blogging for you, you can have them put it in pending review. And so you can go in and actually look at the posts to see which ones are in pending review, and the ones you like, you can just publish them. So it's a good way to do some change management with your team. Okay, and there's different formats here. Now this comes with some plugins and some themes. It doesn't come default, but you have the ability of changing what kind of format it is, and that changes the way it looks in the front end. If I go down here, there's different categories I can assign this blog article to. You can change them, or you can add new categories, and I'm going to show you how to do that, how to update your categories, but that's how you do the categorization of your blog themes as well, your blogs. This is tags. Tags are words very specific to your article. So if you're doing an article on, the best toys or something, you would have tags related to toys, 2017 top toys or something like that, and you would separate those with commas. And what it does is it helps organize your blogs into different keywords. Like we had talked about on a previous video, it was a optional plugin to install, which was search engine friendliness. So that's what you would do here. So please refer back to that video if you'd like to understand a little bit more on how to make your pages search engine friendly. Feature image. This is to set a feature image. So you can click on this and you can drag files from your computer into here, or you can go into the media library if you already have some pictures to add to that article, and that will add it as the main feature image to the article. Okay, and all of these are different things. I encourage you to play around. You can even look at demo articles to see how they're done, and that's what I do. So I'm going to click back on all posts here, and I can see how some of them are done. And so here we go, we got it set up here, and you can see that somebody's just writing some Latin in here just to fill some space. There's a featured image. Somebody's put an image in here using the tool here to do that. So we'd click on this add media here to add pictures, right? And so you can select one and put it into the article. So there it is. I just put that in there. You saw how fast that was. So just scrolling down a little bit more, and that's an example. Okay, now to create a new post, you can go either add new here or go to all page. I'm just going to leave this and not save it. I would click the update button if I was going to save it, or I can add a new one here by clicking add new, and that'll add a new post. Now every new post you add, it's a new date, and now it would come in sequentially higher than any other blog articles. Okay, so that's how blog works, and in a nutshell. Moving down a little bit more, this, oh, sorry, actually we're gonna go back here to categories. I said I was gonna talk about categories. Products also has a category section. So to add a new blog category, you can put them here. I would suspect you probably want to keep your categories small, like not too many categories, unless you're writing about many different things. But you know, if you're selling a few things or in a niche market, you probably have only a few categories. You can see how many articles are connected to what categories by looking over here, and you can also click on a category like this one, architecture as an example, to edit that. So you can put a description, some information in here, as well as even uploading a category picture. And again, like anything, you can do search engine friendliness on this category. Okay, and just go back there again. And you can also click on it. You can delete this category. And what it does is when you delete it, it just disassociates this category with any blog posts that you've done with that category on it. So if there are no categories on a blog, it will be categoryless. And so people won't be able to search or filter them by categories. So that's how that works. And again, here's the tag. So all the tags that you put on your article, save in the one area, and they all end up in here. Every comma you use to separate them, they end up here. Okay, and that is blogs in a nutshell. So those are posts, blogs, it's the same thing.